Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more afterward from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
The chance to get married is always there, says Ruby, who is 35 years old and in a long-distance relationship with her Pakistani boyfriend.
Ang iniisip ko pa kasi sa ngayon, wala pa akong sariling bahay, wala pang permanenteng trabaho. Okay lang naman kahit hindi ako makapag-asawa, matandang dalaga. Kung magmamadali ako, tapos babagsak lang sa pag-iwalay dahil walang wag na lang.
Meantime, Chody, who has a child in a previous relationship, says he is ready to get married to his new girlfriend but wants to be financially secure first.
Dahil na rin sa mga hardships na pinagdaanan ko growing up. So, siguro ayoko rin na maranasan yung mga unnecessary hardships nung magiging anak ko. Nung anak ko na ngayon.
Based on a study of the Commission on Population and Development, more Filipinos are delaying marriage and having children, first because of the economic uncertainties brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, and second, because of the high prices of commodities.
The number of infants born has been declining since 2017, with 1.7 million registered live births compared to 1.6 million in 2018 and in 2019. This has further dipped in 2020 at 1.5 million and in 2021 at 1.3 million, but rebounded last 2022 at 1.4 million.
During the pandemic, we were expecting na mag-shoot up yung births, no, because people were at home, so ibig sabihin mas maraming chances to have sex. No, it's surprising na the pandemic was not top of mind for the people of the Philippines. Actually, more economic talagang naging concern pala nila at that time.
The number of those getting married was on a downtrend, but it picked up after the pandemic. There are several factors affecting Filipinos' major life decisions.
Ang nakikita natin sa data is, ang uso pala talaga, live-in arrangements. And these are young people, those below age 30, ang nakikipag-live-in. Yung changing values din, actually yung study namin, the one that I was mentioning about, yung mga Filipino couples also prefer pets, yung mga younger, than having a child.
The use of contraceptives also increased from 40% in 2017 to 42% in 2022. An expert says doctors can prescribe long or short-term contraceptives depending on when one wants to have a child.
Kung gusto nila ng 4 years, so binibigyan natin ng at least yung mga long-term contraceptives, no, katulad ng IUD or implants. But if they want na in 2 years, maybe we give them the short term, such as the use of the pills or the injectables.
The ideal age for pregnancy differs for each woman, but
we identify women already being high risk once they reach the age of 35. Again, but it's a case to case, it's individualized. Merong some women who has more predilection or mas meron silang mga risk factors to develop diseases, no, even before the age of 35. Sa report, no, marami ng adolescent pregnancy, no, because pinaniniwalaan, no, based on evidence that yung edad na ito ay hindi pa rightful para magkaroon ng pregnancy dahil hindi pa nila nare-reach yung tamang development at this time.
No matter the age or gender, whether or not one wants to get married and have children, the Mesa says we should take care of our reproductive health through exercise, proper diet, cancer screening, and regular health checkups, even in the absence of discomfort or any noticeable changes.
Hundreds of people gathered at the iconic Corona Park in Queens, New York for a glimpse of the much-awaited, stunning partial solar eclipse on Monday. The 2024 partial solar eclipse was seen in all 5 boroughs of New York City. Filipinos were among those in the Big Apple who looked up with their solar eclipse glasses.
Once in a lifetime nga lang pong experience, so it's a treasure and privilege and have something to tell to my kids na ayan, naka-experience po ako ng solar eclipse here in New York.
It was like the first time I ever saw a solar eclipse. It was like the best experience of my life.
In ancient Philippine mythology, a serpent-like dragon called Bakunawa causes eclipses, earthquakes, rains, and wind. It was believed that the eclipse was a Bakunawa swallowing the sun. But 6-year-old Filipino-American Haru, at a young age, perfectly describes the science of eclipse.
When the moon blocks the sun, it casts a shadow. And my teacher said the whole New York City is not a full eclipse, it's a partial eclipse.
For many Filipinos, it was a chance of a lifetime and probably their first and last chance to see something close to a total solar eclipse. This is Tony Torregosa's 3rd solar eclipse viewing after seeing similar ones in 1955 and in 1988 then in the Philippines.
Sana maabutan ko pa yung 44.
The U.S. space agency NASA says the next total solar eclipse visible in America will be on August 23, 2044, where the path of totality will only touch 3 states, Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota.
This underwater drone called Hydrus is using artificial intelligence to study coral reefs. Australia's Great Barrier Reef has been hit by a major coral bleaching event, usually triggered by warmer ocean waters. With the help of Hydrus, marine scientists aim to conduct more accurate and regular surveys to better understand the impacts of climate change on the world's most extensive reef ecosystem. Melanie Olsen leads the Reef Works program at the Australian Institute of Marine Science.
Traditionally, we've done this with dive teams. However, dive teams can only see so much and go so far, and that's where we've had to augment our survey methods to include the use of robotics, just to enable us to scale, to go deeper, to operate in areas where predators like crocodiles and bull sharks and jellyfish now routinely reside.
Operating fully autonomously, Hydras have a range of roughly 5.5 miles for up to 3 hours. It can go as deep as 10,000 feet underwater and capture video with a 4K camera. The drone, developed by Advanced Navigation, also has an acoustic modem, forward-facing sonar, and AI-powered navigation. The company's subsea product manager, Peter Baker, says their technology is being used to build 3D maps of the reef.
We're working on coral mapping with the Australian Institute of Marine Science, and what they're trying to do is map areas of coral to detect change within those areas, which they can then use to extrapolate and model the entire reef. One of the benefits of having a robotic system is that it goes back to that same location every single time, and it takes the same photo from the same orientation every single time, which is really, really difficult to achieve with a human diver. So if you want to have a lot of scientific robustness to the data that you're collecting time and time again, a solution like Hydrus adds that.
Using AI image processing, Hydrus can classify and analyze the images on board.
Because the system is fully autonomous, it means the decision-making has to happen on board the vehicle, and to do that you need AI. So we have AI sensors on board that are taking things like the camera feed in, and then they're able to make smart decisions.
Stretching more than 1,400 miles along Australia's northeastern coast, the Great Barrier Reef has seen 6 localized bleaching events since 1998. Bleaching is triggered by warmer ocean waters. which cause corals to expel the colorful algae living in their tissues and turn white. A bleached coral can recover if water is cool, but if ocean temperatures remain high for longer periods, it will die. Experts have tied the mass bleaching events to climate change.
We're in the midst of another mass coral bleaching event right now, which means the Great Barrier Reef is at threat from climate change, and that's why AIMS is investing heavily in trying to expand our monitoring systems to be able to collect the data that decision makers need to be informed.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very interesting person in this section of our interview, and his name is Mr. Richard Kaufman, originally from New York, and he is a book author. He's here today to talk about his first written novel. And well, welcome to our show, Mr. Kaufman.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Ms. Layton.
All right. And let me see. Okay, we can start the interview now. Okay, you said this is your first novel.
That is correct.
What is the title of your novel?
The title of the novel is Played: The Games of the 1936 Berlin Olympics.
Oh, very interesting. And this is a novel, of course. And
yeah.
Right. Okay, please tell our viewing audience first thing, your background.
Well, I went to Emerson College in Boston, where I studied writing and acting and advertising. And that's where I met my writing partner. And we were fraternity brothers, and we've been writing for the last 35 years. And this was always a topic that we were very interested in. I personally, because my great uncle was denied the right to play in the Winter Games in 1936 because he was Jewish. So I've always had a fascination with this story. And the more and more research we did, the bigger of a story we found. And we found that the word played was perfect because it's a double entendre and because there were so many games played behind the scenes.
Wow. Discrimination at that early age. All right.
A very large part of it was discrimination on both sides, not just the Germans, but us as well.
Okay. So in the book, you were talking about the Olympics of that year, right? And also, so what does that? How does the story revolve? And
Well, it starts with the early planning of the Olympics when the Germans were first announced that they would be the host city in 1931. And then from there, that's where we start the story. And then from there, it takes off, and you start to meet all the players that were involved, not only in the building of the event on both the German and the American side and all over the world, but also the athletes preparing for the games and all the machinations behind the politics that were being played as Germany became Nazi. So during that time, it was a very tumultuous time between 1931 and 1936. And that happens to be the time our story is set. And so our story is set on an epic scale. And in reality, even though it is a novel, everything that happened. So it unfolds like this sweeping soap opera.
so this is some kind of of course, it's based on real uh, history. All right.
It is. Yes.
So it was a mixture of history and some kind of storytelling. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely, it's interesting because the stories, as we found out about them, they were telling themselves. So we just intertwined all these incredible stories to make this one large epic. And it's a lot of fun because it's not only tells the story of the triumph of the athletes, but what they had to go through to even get there. For the games to even happen was a miracle. And, that was a big debate in America at the time, whether we should go or not. So things are very different now. I think politically, we would just say, no, we're not going. But back then, politicians did not want to get involved.
So uh, so how would you describe your novel? It's a novel. It happened during pre-World War II, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's some kind of historical background there, and so you have a story to tell, and so what is um the moral lesson in your book?
Well, I think that I want to leave it up to the reader to think about how days of yore parallel days of now and how scary some of that is. So whether it's racism, misogyny, xenophobia, idolatry, it all happens now. Sexual confusion, like all of that happens in the book. And those are true stories. And the outcome was very scary of the reality of the situation. And I want people to get a sense of, it's kind of scary if we relive the past in such a way. And I want people to make those parallels, but I also want them to see what the athletes had to go through, because their achievements are so much greater when you find out what happened, what transpired to even get there.
So what kind of audience are you trying to attract with your book?
Well, I think there's a little bit of everything for everyone. And I want people from the ages of 16 to 85 to read it. I think that some of the stories, I think people are going to relate to at least one of them and just want to follow that storyline until the end. And so, honestly, our youngest character is 13 years old, and she's an American diver, and she's one of the sweetest characters in the book. And, our oldest are in their 70s and 80s, and some of these people you really feel for and you want to root for. So I think it's all ages. I want all ages to read this. I think it will inform them greatly.
Very good. So from 16 to 80.
Yeah.
Of course.
Definitely. And especially people who enjoy history, and historical fiction. I think that they're really going to love this, and sports as well. People who love sports books they're going to love this.
Have you injected some kind of romance or
Oh yeah.
or
Oh yeah.
of course, sports in the background.
Yeah. I mean, as a matter of fact, one of our main storylines, and this is actually true story, the American decathlete who won gold fell in love with the great German filmmaker Leni Riefenstahl, and they had a tumultuous affair during the games. So there is a lot of passion and a lot of romance throughout the whole book. And suspense and joy and sadness, and so the book really has a little bit of everything.
Racism too.
Oh well, of course. Unfortunately, both on the German side and on the American side, and that's a big part of our bad guy in the book, and he's from Chicago. His name is Avery Brundage. He ran the American Olympic Committee, and he was a Nazi sympathizer and as anti-Semitic and racist as any of the Nazi friends that he had on the International Olympic Committee, which is where he wanted to end up being. So yeah, there's a lot of horrible events that take place in this.
Very, very interesting. Okay, Mr. Kaufman, where can our viewing audience get your book if they want to purchase?
So you can get Played, the games of the 1936 Berlin Olympics, on Amazon Books, Barnes & Noble, and anywhere else online that they sell books. And you can also get the Audible, which I narrate. You can also get that on Amazon as well, in Audible.
All right, very good. Thank you so much for gracing our show today.
Thank you.
Before we sign off, one last word from your book.
Well, I really would like people to read it because I think they'll get a greater understanding of not only history, but what we're facing today. And I think it's really important to face the facts of history so you can get, like I said, a better understanding of the present, because we definitely need a better understanding of what's going on right now.
Very interesting. Okay. Are you planning to have sequel to your book?
No, we're not planning a sequel as of yet, but we are planning a miniseries. So we're really pushing to get this thing made as a miniseries.
All right. Keep us updated.
Yes. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing our show today. Mr. Richard Kaufman. All right. And I'm sorry about my throat. Okay. At maraming salamat. Thank you so much in our language. For gracing our show today. And maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy your weekend. Bye!
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very exciting, interesting personality who will be talking to us about the upcoming Rogers Park Restaurant Week. And her name is Miss Sandy Price. Hi, Sandy. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, Veronica. Thank you for having me.
All right. Okay. Miss Sandy Price is the Executive Director of Rogers Park Business Alliance, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, Sandy, there is a very exciting event that's coming up pretty soon. Can you, and this will be happening in Rogers Park. Can you please talk to our viewers about this exciting event, which is called the Restaurant Week 2, right?
Yes, yes. Chicago has its restaurant week, and some of the North Side community organizations thought it would be fun to do a restaurant week for the North Side. So we have about 50 restaurants among the different communities. Rogers Park is a part of Restaurant Week for North Side. It's Rogers Park, Andersonville, Edgewater, Lincoln Square, Ravenswood, North Center, Uptown. And each of these communities has restaurants have chosen to participate. And they have been asked to offer prefix menus, either for lunch, brunch, or dinner, or a combination of those, like Restaurant Week does. Each restaurant will be offering their special menus between March 1st and March 15th.
March 15. Around how many people are expected to attend in this kind of event? And of course, are the restaurants offering special low prices in their menus?
So they're not offering low prices in their menus. What they are offering is this prefix menu. And then for the most part, either there's something special that's not on the menu that they might be offering just for this Restaurant Week event, or it's a deal because you're getting either 3 or 4 courses with your meal. I believe that we've already heard that our public house, which is one of the restaurants in Rogers Park, couldn't keep up with the capacity this weekend. So that's really great to hear that they had so many people that were coming in to try their Northside Restaurant Week menu.
Okay, for how long has this been going on?
This is the first year. No, this is the first year. We've never done this before.
First year? Oh my goodness. Wow, I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
So far, you said there are about 40 or 50 restaurant participants?
Yes.
Around the Rogers Park area.
Not just Rogers Park, the north side of Chicago. So that includes all the other communities.
All right, very good. And so, Sandy, what is the purpose of this Restaurant Week? The Restaurant Week organization. Is it an organization? Yeah.
So Northside Restaurant Week is this coalition of different Northside business service organizations. And the hope is that usually this time of year, we don't have 70-degree weather. It's kind of cold and people don't want to leave their homes. And especially restaurants don't have, the winter is not their busy time because so many people don't go out and the weather's not great. So we thought this would be an opportunity to get people to come out to visit the businesses that are in their community, maybe get a sampling of things that they don't already know that this restaurant is offers. And so it's a great way to promote the restaurants, to get people to come out and visit the restaurants. They don't have to make advance reservations. They don't have to buy tickets in advance. We do recommend that they make reservations at the restaurants, but they don't have to buy tickets or anything. If someone is not interested in the Northside Restaurant Week menu, you could still go with friends, and people can order off the menu. So the regular menu is still available, and there's the special Northside Restaurant Week. So it's a way to get people to come out and try some new things and maybe visit some restaurants that they haven't been to before. We have 5 in Rogers Park. If I can list them, that would be great. We have Asian Station on Morse Avenue, Honey Bear Cafe, and
Sounds
Smack
good.
Dab. Oh, they Asian Station is great because it's not just Chinese or Thai or, like some of the restaurants. They do sushi, they do Thai, they do banh mi sandwiches, they do Chinese, they do everything. We also have Honey Bear Cafe and Smack Dab on Clark Street. We have our public house in Jarvis Square, and Picnic Wine and Provisions on Sheridan Road. So we have diverse restaurants in diverse geographic areas of Rogers Park offering very diverse menus.
Wow, sounds very exciting. And this starts this coming weekend, right?
It started last week, this past weekend.
It started last week already.
And
last
it's Northside Restaurant Week, but it's really 2 weeks.
Okay, all right. Sounds very good. And I wish you good luck. And I know that this is your first year, and
Yes.
you're going to be repeating it again next year, and so on and so forth. All right. Okay. Please invite our viewing audience before we sign off.
Yes, we would love to see everyone. You can learn more about Northside Restaurant Week at our website, which is rpba for Rogers Park Business Alliance.org. And you can see all the restaurants that are participating and what they're offering at our website.
And it is the diverse participation, right?
Yes.
Terrific. All right, Sandy. I thank you for gracing our show today, and I wish you good luck with your restaurant week. And okay, and please keep us updated if you wish. All right.
Thank you. We will. I hope to see you out there.
Oh yeah, how I wish I could. All right, I'll get myself a driver and enjoy all those menus, exciting menus offered by those restaurant participants. And Sandy, maraming salamat sa iyong pagdating dito sa aming show, which is a thank you very much for gracing our show today. Right, and enjoy your weekend. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye! Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show today. I have a very very young girl, and she's an entrepreneur who is starting a very exciting business in Chicago. And believe it or not, it is a Filipino bake shop. Oh, I love baked goods. And this lady is opening up her shop pretty soon, this month, and it is very close to our favorite Seafood City. All right, so we just jump from Seafood City, jump to Kisel's bake shop. Kisel will be talking about the bake shop today.
and she will be introducing herself first. Giselle, please introduce yourself to our viewing audience.
Hello, guys. My name's Giselle. We'll be opening up Umaga Bakehouse. Hopefully, grand opening will be April 20th. So we definitely want to bring the traditional Filipino bread, ulam, to go, desserts to Chicago. So, and if you're looking for hot pandesal, we're gonna have it.
Okay, this is supposedly a modern, in your right-up, it's a modern bake shop. What makes it?
Yes. We definitely, when we decided how to decorate the interior spacing, we definitely worked around the word umaga. So umaga meaning morning. We wanted something refreshing, something light, something warm, very welcoming when you're coming in. So when you come in, hopefully you're smelling the fresh hot bread, and you get to experience a space of just being in, hopefully seeing all your favorites from the Philippines.
Really? Okay, did you hire a Filipino decorating, interior decorator?
She's not Filipino, but she definitely, what I wanted as a design, she definitely made it happen.
Okay, tell us your background on what made you start this business.
I've always
bake shop, Umaga bake shop. Umaga is morning, and wow, I really like to eat my pandesal in the morning.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
When I was little, my parents had a small bakery in California, in Lancaster, California. So I pretty much grew up in a bakery. That was my playground when, they couldn't find a babysitter. So seeing them work and, being in that world of bread and cooking, that gave me the motivation to just keep it going. And I've, in my past, I've worked in bakeries too, and that's where I met my husband as well in California. And so now he's with me here and he's going to be the baker.
So, why are you starting a business here in Chicago with your husband if you're from California?
So we moved here because of our job, our previous job a while ago, but we got married here and we had a baby here. So when we had our kid, she's 4 years old now. So we ended up wanting to stay in Chicago. We love the city. We still go back to California just to visit family, but raising our family, we wanted to stay in Chicago.
You must really love the Chicago snow.
It's still pretty to me, but I don't like driving in it.
All right, very good. Okay, describe your space. Where you are right now. What
Yes. So I'm in the bakery right now. So there's going to be a lot of bread that we will be making and producing. So there's be a lot of shelving, and then we will also have seating here. So, if you want to enjoy your bread here, or your hot pandesal, we'll have seating for you to hang out, and enjoy the pastries and the bread. And then we'll also have halo-halo, all year round.
Oh, is that going to be a special halo-halo?
I hope so. It's gonna have our our uba halaya recipe in it. So hopefully, it'll make a big difference.
I love halo-halo too. Oh, I okay. How many guest tables do you have?
So we have one big communal table. We'll have at least 10 seatings here, the max.
How many seating?
Just 10.
Just 10?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And so everything will just be made to order, hopefully. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Made to order. So, okay.
And a lot of packaged items. So if you don't want to eat it hot right now, we'll have bread wrapped already for you to just take and, grab and go.
Okay, how can you please describe the items in your menu?
So we'll have the pandesal. There's gonna be pandi ube, pandi coco, all the traditional, Filipino bread in the Philippines. We want to keep it as traditional as possible. We don't want to, maybe down the road we'll make a little fusions of our own, but in the beginning we want we want them to get the traditional bread from us and feel at home and get that feeling of, like, let's say if you wanted the hot pandesal, you know, and that's yeah. And then also the ulam, the desserts that we'll have, the kakanin, and during the holiday we'll have the Pinoy style ham as our specialty.
Okay, you also have ulam with your baked goods?
To go. So it'll already be packaged for you to just take and go.
Oh yeah, it's a complete menu in.
Yes. And I'm sure you're familiar with the pancit malabon, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we'll have the pancit malabon as one of our specialties here.
A special what?
As one of our specialties, the pancit malabon.
Pancit malabon?
Yes.
Like to try that.
Yes, my dad has his own secret recipe, I guess, from Navota. So we're gonna bring it here, and he's letting us use it.
All right, will your dad be present your grand opening celebration?
Yes, he will. Yes, they will be here. The family will be here to support.
Introduce me to him.
Yes.
Okay, but please talk about your grand opening celebration. When
So
is
it'll be
to happen?
April 20th. We'll have the grand opening.
Okay. And what is going to happen in your grand opening? People will have order or what?
So we'll open the doors around probably 10 a.m., but we'll be announcing it in the next week or two of our grand opening. And we'll have giveaways, we'll have prizes, and just to celebrate the opening of Umaga Bakehouse. And we'll have for everyone to try. We'll have hot pandesal for people to try, Spanish rolls similar to our Spanish bread that we're making, just so everyone can try it.
What makes your goods different from the others? Like, for example, the pandesal.
I
other
think the route we're going with our recipes is going the simple route. We don't want to overdo it. Everyone makes everything different. But when it comes down to the roots, because my husband, he was born in Ilocos Norte. So when he was a little babe, or when he was a little kid, his dad had a bakery at their house that they would bake, and then Robert would go outside on his bike and then sell it for him. So I think with family tradition and the simplicity of our bread, I hope, it brings out a lot of flavor. And, again, we don't want to overdo it. We don't want to change it. And we hope everyone, sees that with the taste.
Okay, all right. Did you or your husband or both attend a culinary school here in the States?
No. We just I guess our experience in work was just working in bakeries. So we learned a lot. We grew up a lot. And, that's how we learned.
All right. And both you and your husband love to bake, right?
Yes, my husband's the main baker, and then he even taught me how to bake, taught me how to make desserts as well. So it gave me to be more hands-on instead of just be in the front.
Great. I salute you for your entrepreneurial spirit, and also starting at a place like close to Seafood City. That's a really good place because many people shop at a Seafood City, and so they can just jump and hop or going to your place.
Yes.
Okay, Kisel, One last word for our viewing audience, for young people who want to establish their own business here in America.
I just say, just take that risk with whatever your gut feels, whatever makes you happy, just do it. At the end of the day, it's your decision at the end of the day, and whatever makes you happy, you should go for it.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Hopefully we can make it to, when is it on your grand opening?
April 20th.
April 20th to taste your goodies, and we'll be there. What is the address again? The Umaga Bake Shop?
It's 4703 West Foster Avenue.
Foster. Okay. How many blocks away from Seafood City?
We're right across from them, so we'll be in the Target complex. We're next to Chipotle.
Oh.
So if you're coming from the highway, you're gonna pass us, so you'll see us.
Wow, good location. How about the parking?
Oh, there's plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking. Great. Terrific. All right, mga kababayan. Ang pagbubukas po ng Umaga Bake Shop ni Quezal and Richard is your husband. Oh, Robert. Robert, what's your last name?
Pagaragan.
Pagaragan?
Yes.
Pagaragan. Okay, Filipino Taligado. Okay, so let's all see them on April 20th.
Yes, hope to see all of you there.
Okay, thank you. Giselle, thank you very much for gracing our show today.
Thank you for having me.
I wish you good luck and
Thank you.
And congratulations on your undertaking. All right.
Yes, nice meeting you. Take care.
Meeting you. See you. Okay. Bye now.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in school.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our communities has been to just stay silent and keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh wow, breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be someone to start that conversation.
Yeah. You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents.
This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up
That's the thing I'm so happy about.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Carino-Quetter bringing you this week's local news from our community. Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias revealed a more customer-focused, professional, and efficient DMV experience today that will soon be rolled out at facilities statewide. The new one-stop shop DMV design was officially launched today at the Secretary of State's office in West Suburban Plano. As a part of the office's ongoing modernization efforts, the new DMV experience will save customers considerable time and several steps by offering both vehicle and driver services at a single service counter. For too long, customers have been required to follow an illogical path through the state's DMV's facilities. My administration used data to determine the most efficient paths for customers in order to cut down on confusion and save time, Giannoulias said. I'm excited to see customers' reactions at the new look and feel of our DMV facilities. The one-stop shop experience tears down silos, revolutionizing how our facilities serve Illinoisans. The Illinois Department of Public Health, IDPH, has issued its updated consumption advisories for sport fish caught in Illinois waters. The advisories are based on routine testing conducted by the Illinois Fish Contaminant Monitoring Program, which was updated last fall to include testing for per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS, sometimes referred to as forever chemicals. The expanded testing has this year resulted in advisories for 9 bodies of water this year. A do not eat advisory has been issued for all fish in Franklin Creek in Lee County and associated ponds in the Franklin Creek State Natural Area due to high levels of PFAS. The updated advisories also recommended limited consumption of certain fish from several other Illinois waterways because of PFAS levels. Certain fish taken from Lake Zurich, Crab Orchard Lake, and Wolf Lake should only be consumed once per month. Fishing in Illinois waters is a great recreational activity that often leads to delicious meals, said IDPH Director Dr. Samir Vora. To make sure each of those catches are safe and healthy, please visit our fish advisory map to get the most up-to-date information on Illinois' consumption advisories. IDPH issued more restrictive methylmercury advisories for certain species in the Ohio River and the Little Wabash River watershed. Site-specific advisories were removed from Midlothian Reservoir and Lake Zurich. The path of totality went through Carbondale and northeast to Indiana. 15,000 people packed Saluki Stadium at Southern Illinois University, including SIU President Dan Mahoney. Jennifer Ross, one of the organizers of the Eclipse events at SIU, said during the school's Eclipse livestream that the area was inundated with Eclipse watchers. In Carbondale, the first contact when the moon moved in front of hotel rooms near the totality path were booked, and any room that was available reportedly went for a premium price. With parts of Illinois and Missouri lying in the path of totality, both sides of the river were bracing for significant eclipse-related traffic. Billboards were put in place warning drivers of potential safety issues on the congested roads. The next total solar eclipse won't be visible from the contiguous United States until August 22nd, 2044, but totality will only occur over North Dakota and Montana. The Illinois Department of Public Health has alerted healthcare facilities and especially hospital emergency departments to be on a heightened lookout for patients who present with symptoms similar to botulism following a cluster of 2 cases reported in Illinois of people who received injections in LaSalle County of Botox or a similar, possibly counterfeit product. IDPH is working with LaSalle County Health Department and the Illinois Department of Professional Regulation, IDFPR, on the investigation of the cluster. A similar cluster was also reported by the Tennessee Department of Health, and IDPH is in contact with the CDC and FDA regarding this investigation. The Illinois Department of Public Health is urging the public to double-check their Eclipse glasses after certain brands were recalled for potentially failing to meet safety standards. The glasses in question were reportedly sold through Amazon as Benici Solar Eclipse Glasses AAS approved 2024 CE and ISO certified safe shades for direct sun viewing 6-packs. The glasses were also reportedly available at several southern Illinois retail establishments. The recalled glasses are labeled as EN-ISO 12312-1:2022. Proper safety glasses should carry the ISO designation of 12312-2. People in possession of the recalled glasses should not use them to view the eclipse. Using inadequate eye protection could lead to serious eye damage. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.